With that, let's get into some better news, some more fun. What sold? I think it's almost all on eBay. There might be a couple of Mercaris in here this week. Let's get jumped into the what sold segment of the podcast. This first item, this is a Magneto magazine, issue number 18 from 2008, and a 2016 calendar, also from Magneto, which is the New England Hot Rod Association magazine. Randomly picked these up at a garage sale back in the early spring. I remember it because it was really cold, and I paid, I think, $0.25 a piece for these. So 50 cents in these two items. I sold them as a lot. I had them listed for $24.99 with free shipping, and I received the best. I sent out actually a 15% off offer on these for my watchers and sold them for $21.24 with free shipping. Here is a Bible. Seems like here lately every week I'm selling some kind of religious book or Bible. The Holy Bible, New International Version, the New Schofield Study System. This was a leather-bound Bible from Oxford University Press from 1984. This sold on Mercari for $23 with free shipping. It was part of a pretty good-sized stack of Bibles that I was given for free at an estate sale. I've got a couple of sellers that I go to pretty regularly that do not charge for Bibles. I have tried actually to give them money for Bibles, telling them, hey, I'm just going to go sell this thing. But they just, for whatever reason, whether it be religious or just, good conscience, they don't charge for them. So I end up making some pretty good money on those deals. This was an interesting book. I picked this up at an estate sale several months ago for $1. The Elements of Radio, the third edition, by Abraham and William Marcus. This was a hardcover book from 1953. It's kind of a textbook about radio. The original version of this book, I think, was written in the early 1900s. This was, as I said, a third edition. This went for $25 on a best offer with free shipping. So again, pretty nice, 25 times my money before fees. Here's another book. This was part of the free haul from 2 weekends ago. So this is another free cost of goods sold of $0 item. The Cypresses Believe in God by Jose Maria Gironella. This was a 1-volume first edition. So this was a book that had been written in several volumes in 1956. Whoever this publisher was put out, I think it was Knopf, put out a version of this book that had all the volumes in one. This is another one that I had listed for $29.99 plus shipping that got a watcher. I sent out an offer of 15% off and sold it for $25.49 plus shipping, again, on a cost of goods sold of $0. Last week, I mentioned that I had been at a sale where there was a lot of tarot and tarot card reading stuff. Here's another book from that sale that I paid 50 cents for. Volume 2 of the Connolly Tarot, a handbook for the journeyman. This was a trade paperback first printing from 1987. Again, it's a book I own for very, very little, 50 cents. Sold for $29.99 with free shipping. Another book, another Bible. This was one I paid $2 for at an estate sale recently. This was not one of the free Bible givers. The New Jerusalem Bible from 1985. This was published by Doubleday. It was a thumb indexed edition, so it had the little tabs cut into the pages. These New Jerusalem Bibles can be worth a ton of money. This was not a particularly collectible edition because this one did not have a lot of illustrations in it. A lot of the older ones from the 1960s and 70s were illustrated by Salvador Dali, which makes them a lot more valuable. They can be worth $60, $80, $100. Still, in all, for $2, this went for $35 with free shipping on Mercari, so we will definitely take that. Part of the big free haul from a couple of weeks ago was an enormous collection of Inspector Maigret mysteries by a writer called Georges Simenon. I believe he was French. I can't even remember how many. There must have been 50 different books. And I broke these up into lots based on how the cover art appeared. So I had lots of 5, lots of 7, lots of 8, and I had a lot of lots, and they have all already sold. This is one buyer that purchased 3 different lots, 2 lots of 7 and 1 lot of 5. I own these for next to nothing. They total went for $43 plus shipping on a best offer. I had reached out to the buyer and said, hey, you've got multiple lots purchased here. Give me a minute to pack these up and give you an invoice with combined shipping. And the buyer messaged me back right away and says, you accepted my offer. I'm not worried about the shipping charges. Just ship them in one box and keep the difference. So this worked out to be a really profitable sale, especially with a cost of goods sold of $0. So this was 19 books with a cost of goods sold of $0 that went for $43 plus about $12 worth of shipping. So really nice sale. A couple of years ago, I bought a massive tub of old Ohio State football programs. Ohio State fans are, if you are one, you already know, or if you know one, you definitely already know, they are fanatic about their Buckeyes. So I picked these up. I probably overpaid for them. I paid about $1 an issue for these Ohio State football programs, but they have sold over time reasonably well. I had one buyer who purchased 4 of these. I had 2 of the Ohio State versus Wisconsin from 1982, another one from 1983, and Ohio State versus Minnesota from 1987. These 4 had a particular player on the cover that this person either knows or is a fan of. They had reached out to me. They sent me a message overnight one night saying, what would my best offer be for 4 of these with this particular individual on the cover? I, of course, did not get the message because I was sound asleep. I got up in the morning, I saw the message, and I saw that these 4 had already been ordered by the same person. So they didn't even wait for me to respond. So I've got 4 of these that were cost of goods sold of $1 each. So $4 that went for $35.96 with free shipping. So not a fantastic sale, but not bad. Old economics books. I've talked about these previously. They're not as good as the old Bibles, but they can bring relatively good money. This is from 1953, another Oxford University Press, a review of economic doctrines from 1870 to 1929. Riveting reading. This is one, I think when I listed it, I actually had the only one. So I shot for the moon. I had this thing listed for $79.99. Plus shipping or best offer. I have had it for well over a year at that price. It is currently part of my 25% off sale, which reduced the price to, I think, $59.99. I had a customer that reached out to me with an offer of $40 plus shipping. This was part of a lot that I own for probably 50 cents, and I've had it for long enough that it's in this sale, which means I've had it for over a year. So based on that information, I didn't try to counteroffer. I just took the $40 and headed to the bank. So $40 plus shipping on a cost of goods sold that is probably around 50 cents. This was a cool one. This is also from the free haul from last 2 weekends ago. Penguin Cookbooks by Len Dyton. This was a box set that included the Action Cookbook and the French Cookbook, both from 1967. Individually, these books are $10 to $15. In this box set from Penguin, however, they went for $75 plus shipping. I had this listed, I believe, for either $84 or $89.99, and I got an offer for $75 because I own it for nothing. That actually became the flip of the week, which I forgot to bring up the graphic because I'm terrible with this. But anyway, individually, not worth a whole bunch, but in this box set that was published by Penguin from 1967, really nice sale, $75 on a cost of goods sold of $0. I don't know who this Len Dyton person is. He looked like maybe he was maybe he played a spy or some kind of action person on a TV show in England or something. If you know who he is, I asked my parents because I was 2 when this came out. Shameless plug. If you'd like to wish me a happy birthday, Saturday will be my 56th birthday. I've made it 56 years, and I feel like I'm holding up pretty well. In any event, I asked my parents if they knew who this guy was, because they, of course, would have been adults at that time and theoretically watching television or paying attention to what's going on. But they had no idea who this fellow was either. So I don't know who he was. I don't know why he was writing cookbooks, but I'm glad that he did, and I'm glad that Penguin put out this box set, because I made about $59 or $60. Actually, it was probably a little more than that profit on this deal. So pretty exciting. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. I appreciate it. If you want to catch the full Reselling News podcast, click the video in the upper right-hand corner. To never miss a show, you can subscribe down below.